Good day, merry we meet. Welcome to my channel at Sacredicium. Today we're going to be creating a charm bag using dragon magic. This charm bag is going to be for protection, and it's also going to be created in the form of an amulet. This spell was created to be part of my monthly subscription box that I create for Sacredicium. If you are one of the monthly box subscribers, you have all of the items needed for this spell. If you are not subscribed, I will be listing all of the items needed below. That way you can also perform the spell as well. This is what the spell looks like that I created for this box. It's a Dragon Protection Charm Bag Amulet spell. You can pause it if you want to take a look and follow along, so that way you can perform the spell yourself. It's also coming along with a call for the dragon elements. Again, you can pause it, but I'm going to probably go ahead and type this all out below so that way you can read it better. I'm not sure if it's coming up clear enough for you to read it through the screen. It's just going to cover all of the elemental dragons from air, fire, water, and earth. And I'm going to begin the spell by anointing my spell candle. It did come pre-dressed in the monthly subscription box. If you're performing this spell on your own, you would want to dress the candle with any herbs or oils that represent protection. I'm anointing the candle from the base, working my way up to the tip, and I'm going to completely cover the candle as I rotate the candle each time. Through my practice, when working protection magic, you want to dress your candle from the base up because you're casting away, sending away. If you're attracting things, you want to go from the tip down, or you can go from the base and the tip working towards the center. But do whatever works intuitively for yourself. Next, I'm going to be anointing the charm bag. And I'm going to be anointing the charm bag with the cross. And this is actually the letter X. And this is going to be anointed on both sides. The oracle card that you see laying there on the table with that beautiful dragon eye is part of what was in this May box. I just have it present just to add the additional dragon energy. It really speaks to me, so I wanted to keep it near during my spell. And right now I'm just anointing myself. I'm putting crosses on both feet, a cross at my solar plex and a cross just below my hairline at my crown chakra. And again, this is just anointing myself, all while maintaining the focus and intention for protection. While I was anointing my candle, I was putting further intentions and charging it with the powers of protection. I'm going to go ahead and light it and activate it at the same time with the following incantation. With this flame, my spell has begun, my powers awake, and my intent burning strong. Here are some of the items that came along with the spell if you subscribed and received this kit. If you're doing it on your own, these are some of the items that I listed out that you're going to need. Some twine to tie up your charm bag. These are Obsidian Stone chips. It doesn't need to be chips. You can use a full-size stone or any type of obsidian, or any other type of protection stone, actually. 3 safety pins. Here I'm asking for them to be black. They don't need to be black. And this is a dragon pendant that's going to be put on the outside of the bag. Going back to the safety pins, the purpose of the safety pins, if you're wondering, is just using empathetic magic. It's the idea of the purpose of the safety pins and the way that the safety pins work to keep you protected from getting poked, so it also adds that element of protection. Next, I'm using the candle to light my incense. The incense that I'm using is dragon's blood, and I'm going to smudge myself with it. And then I'm going to also use the smoke from the incense to smudge and cleanse, charge all of the items that are going into the charm bag with the smoke of the incense to further my intentions of protection. So right now I'm just smudging my arms and my hands. Get this incense a little bit closer to me. That way I can smudge each item before it goes into the charm bag. I'm just propping the charm bag open to make it easier, so that way I don't have to try to keep opening it in between each item. And I'm going to be starting with Fennel Seed. I'm going to be adding Fennel Seed, and with the Fennel Seed I'm going to be using 3 pinches, but you can use whatever feels intuitively correct for yourself. Fennel Seed, which has been widely used in magical practices originating in Egypt. Here we're using it for protection, but it also has the power to bring out strength, vitality, and sexual virility. Fennel Seed also aids you in preventing curses, possession spells, and is a strong herb to use in spells for protection or empower talismans and charms for protection, kind of like how we're using it here. Fennel seeds can also be used to ward off evil spirits. It can be used in charm bags, dressing candles, oils, and used in teas. Before I add each pinch of fennel seed to my charm bag, I am putting it through the incense smoke of the dragon's blood incense to further charge and push my intent into the item. I'm going to do this with each item before I add it into my charm bag. The next item I am adding in is Cat's Claw. This is something that I've added in optionally on my own. It's not part of the listed items. Again, with the Cat's Claw, I'm going to be also adding in 3 pinches of the Cat's Claw. Now, Cat's Claw is an herb. I'm not talking about actual claws from a cat. Cat's Claw, also known as Sparrowhawk Nail or Hawk's Claw. In magic, it is used for attraction, prosperity, protection, which we're using it here. You can also use it for psychic powers and money. You can use Cat's Claw for dressing candles, for using in charm bags, burning on coal, or as offerings to the gods. And again, before I add each pinch into my charm bag, I'm just running it through the smoke of the dragon's blood incense. Next, I'm putting in the safety pins. Again, I'm using 3 safety pins. And these are small ones. You can use small ones, big ones, different size ones. I like to use black for my protection charm bags just because the color energy, dealing with color magic, black is good for protection. But you can use a silver one or any other color. And if you notice, I'm also running these through the smoke of the incense, but another theme here with my spell is that I'm doing multiples of 3, and that's just for my own intuitive sake. You can use as many or as less. You can just use 1 safety pin, no safety pins, that's completely up to you. Now I'm putting in the obsidian. And I was showing you how I'm also wearing an obsidian bracelet just to add to that additional protection magic. I'm putting in a total of 9 obsidian chips. Each pinch has 3 at a time, still running them through the smoke of the incense and adding them to my charm bag. Next, I'm going to be adding red sandalwood powder. This one's a little bit messier to work with. I wish when I set up I actually have a little herb spoon. That would have been perfect. But at the same time, it is nice to actually be touching the herb with my fingers and not having an obstruction of the energy transfer between me and the herbs. And I'm going to put 3 pinches of the sandalwood powder. Again, each pinch is going to be ran through the smoke before added to my charm bag. Sandalwood powder obtained from the sandalwood tree. The oil that is produced from the sandalwood tree was considered sacred and holy by the Egyptians, as well as the Hindu religion. In magic practices, sandalwood is used in spells for love, protection, healing, spirituality, and cleansing. It is commonly used for rituals and purification or an offering to the gods and spirits. And you can use it to dress candles, burn on coals, add to charm bags. And as I did now, I blew all the excess off of my hand onto the candle and onto my charm bag. Just another way that you can use sandalwood powder, or really any of the powders. Just dressing the exterior of my charm bag and further dressing my candle with the energies of the sandalwood. Now I'm running my protection oil through the smoke because I'm going to be adding 3 drops into my charm bag. If you're going to be carrying your charm bag with you and you're using a cloth bag, you definitely don't want to go heavy on the oil because it will leak through and saturate your purse, your clothes, whatever you're carrying the bag in. 3 drops tends to be okay and not really leak. Next, I'm showing you how to fill up the charm bag. This particular bag came with drawstrings. I'm just showing you that you don't want to use the drawstrings that come on a charm bag. You can. It's hit or miss. It's really what you believe. I grew up being taught that you don't tie off a charm bag using drawstrings, that you create a temporary seal by doing a wrap around its neck. But that's the way that I was taught, and I know many people who do tie off charm bags using drawstrings, so whatever intuitively works for you. I'm just showing you how I was taught. So I cut off the strings, I'm bundling up the neck, and then I'm going to wrap around my twine, and I'm not going to knot it. Knotting it seals the charm bag, so I'm going just to tie it in a bow. And the whole theory behind that is that it allows the energy to continue to flow, where the way that I was taught, if you knot it off, you're pretty much sealing in the magic. So it just really depends what the purpose of the bag is for. And for this circumstance, I want the energy of the items in the bag to act as an amulet and put its energy out like an aura around me when I'm carrying the bag. So I don't want to tie it off. I'm just going to create a temporary bow which will allow the energy to still flow. And including the twine and the pendant of the dragon that I'm adding onto the exterior of the bag, I also put through the smoke of the dragon blood incense. So literally every item, inside and out, for the charm bag got charged and blessed with the dragon blood incense. And adding the charm to the bag, the dragon charm, that's completely optional. I like to do that when I'm working with certain entities or just to show additional honor, that I'm working with the dragons for this magic. I'm asking for the dragon's energy and magic to empower my charm bag. So just to honor them, I like to add imagery to the charm bag, but again, it's optional. So I have it tied off with the bow. This is what it looks like with my little dragon charm, but the spell's not dead. This is just the charm bag. I need to activate the bag. I need to call the dragon elements and welcome their energy into the bag to actually charge it and activate it. Before I do that, I'm just doing a quick final run through of the entire bag into the Dragon's Blood Incense. I'm going to set the bag aside and set my spell aside, and I'm going to pull out the Call of the Dragon elements that I showed you before. And we're going to use these to go ahead and call forth the dragon elements and welcome their energy into our workings. As I call forth each dragon, I will put its element in its cardinal direction on my altar, starting with air. I call forth the guardian dragon of the east and of the air, calling upon your powers of communications and intellect. Provide me with the gentleness of an evening breeze and the powerful strength of a summer hurricane. Reveal the secrets of the world through the whispers in the air, and may your winds guide me in my magical workings. I welcome your presence as your air flows through me. I call upon your eastward energy, powers over air. Next, I'm going to move fire forwards to the south point. I call forth the guardian dragon of the south and of the fire, calling upon your powers of purification and passions. Provide me with the growth created by the summer heat, and the destruction for creation by the powerful flames of a wildfire. Illuminate the secrets of the world with the brightness of your fire, and may your flames guide me in my magical workings. I welcome your presence as your fire burns within me. I call upon your southern energy, powers over fire. Next, I'm going to be calling upon water in the west. So I'm moving my water bowl to the west point of my altar. I call forth the guardian dragon of the west and of the waters, calling upon your powers of healing and cleansing. Provide me with the life force gifted by spring showers, and the emotional strength of a raging river. Wash away the secrets of the world with your cleansing waters, and may your waters guide me in my magical workings. I welcome your presence as your water flows through me. I call upon your western energy, powers over water. And next I will be calling the north with the earth. I have a bowl of soil. I call forth the guardian dragon of the north and of the earth, calling upon your powers of fertility and stability. Provide me with the protective strength of the towering oaks and the endurance of the perennials that return each year. Crumble the secrets of the world with the stones of your earth, and may the powers of the earth guide me in my magical workings. I welcome your presence as your vines wrap around me. I call upon your northern energy, powers over earth. As the dragons have been called, may their energy flow into my charm. I'll continue to visualize the energy of the dragons flowing from each of the elements into my charm bag, empowering it and charging it with my intentions for protection. I have it laying in a bag of salt. The salt was supposed to be in my charm bag. Right now, I don't want to interrupt my spell, so I'm continuing through just laying the bag in the salt. And when my spell is completed, I do add the salt to my charm bag later on. So I'm just continuing to focus my intentions and the energy that I've created here, and feeling the energies of the dragon elements, adding their powers to my charm bag, adding their elemental magic and their protective powers to strengthen the protective energy of this charm bag that is now going to protect me and the surrounding energies of wherever I place the charm bag. During this time, you can take as long or as little as time as you need. May you feel it intuitively, and may it guide you. Well, we're at the completion of the spell. Now I will say my farewells to each of the elemental dragons and snuff out my candle. I will say this candle, and any time I need to recall upon the dragons or get another boost of protective energy, I will use this same candle. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this and found it useful, definitely like and subscribe. And check out the links below if you're looking to subscribe to one of my boxes. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Merry we part. Blessed be.